This past Saturday at approximately 12:15, we received a call to conduct a well-being check there on Garrett Road in Ridgeway. Our deputies responded shortly thereafter. Upon arrival at the home, they made contact with a 17-year-old male juvenile who had stated he had just found his mother in a state of distress and that she needed help. Our deputies immediately went inside. What we determined was that individual was in fact deceased at that time. Through the course of the investigation, this investigative team worked diligently, day in and day out, to bring justice to this family for this tragic incident. So what we determined is that the individual, Miss Rhonda Hairston-Lockett, was in fact deceased from a single gunshot wound. Through the course of that investigation, they spent Saturday and Sunday collecting physical evidence, forensic evidence, and conducting witness interviews. As a result of that, we determined that Joseph Chad Lockett was responsible for her death. At such time, we charged him with first-degree murder. We currently have an outstanding first-degree murder warrant on him. We are looking for his whereabouts, so anyone who may know where he's at, please contact 911 or the Martinsville-Henry County Crime Stoppers program. We do believe that he could be dangerous to our community, so we ask for anyone's help to bring him into custody today.
And we do have breaking update on a Henry County homicide over the weekend. The sheriff's office now naming Joseph Lockett as a suspect in the deadly shooting of Rhonda Lockett.
Now, Joseph is her estranged husband. Deputies say they were called out by her 17-year-old son to a home on Garrett Road in Ridgeway for a welfare check Saturday and confirmed she was dead.
Now, the sheriff's office says Joseph Lockett is wanted for first-degree murder. He should be considered armed and dangerous. Deputies do not believe he has a way to travel far.
They also say anyone found to be helping Lockett may be charged with accessory after the fact, which is a felony. Anyone who knows where Lockett may be is asked to call law enforcement immediately.
October 18th, 2025. A quiet Saturday afternoon in Ridgeway, Virginia. Inside a home on Garrett Road, a teenage boy makes a phone call that no child should ever have to make. His voice shakes as he tells the dispatcher, "My mother needs help." When deputies from the Henry County Sheriff's Office arrive at the residence just after noon, they find something that will haunt them. 39-year-old Rhonda Hairston lies dead in her bedroom, a single gunshot wound. But this isn't just another tragic death. This is a story about a woman who finally found her happiness, only to have it stolen away by someone who couldn't stand to see her free. Today, we're diving into a case that asks a chilling question. What happens when leaving becomes the most dangerous decision you'll ever make? Rhonda Hairston wasn't just a victim, she was a fighter, a mother, a dreamer. Her brother, Casey Alcorn, describes her as full of life. She had two sons, 21-year-old Marty and 17-year-old Zay, and those boys were her entire world. She was an awesome mother, Casey remembers. She was a go-getter. She was on a mission and took care of her boys. She loved her boys. She put her life on the line for her boys. Rhonda had dreams, big dreams. She wanted to become a nurse. She wanted to help people, to heal people. And recently, she'd made another life-changing decision. She'd ended her relationship with her estranged husband, Joseph Lockett. Just 1 week before her death, Rhonda had walked away. She was done, and according to her brother, she was happy about it. She was done and she was happy, Casey said. But someone else wasn't happy at all. Let's go back to that Saturday afternoon, October 18th, 2025. An anonymous caller contacts the Henry County Sheriff's Office, requesting a welfare check at 1159 Garrett Road in Ridgeway. We don't know who made that call. We don't know what they heard or saw that made them worried enough to pick up the phone. But when deputies arrive, they're met by Rhonda's 17-year-old son, Zay. He tells them his mother needs help. The deputies enter the home. They walk down the hallway. They reach the bedroom. And there they find Rhonda Hairston, dead from an apparent gunshot wound. Casey Alcorn, Rhonda's brother, later revealed the heartbreaking details. "My nephew found her in the bed, checking on her cold." Imagine that for a moment. A teenage boy going to check on his mother. Maybe she slept in late. Maybe she wasn't answering when he called her name. He walks into her room, expecting to wake her up. Instead, he discovers the unthinkable. That image, of a child finding their parent like that. It's something that will never leave him. It's trauma that no therapy can fully heal. The investigation moves fast. The Henry County Sheriff's Office works through Saturday night and all day Sunday, gathering evidence, conducting interviews, following leads. And by Sunday evening, they have their suspect, 40-year-old Joseph Chad Lockett, Rhonda's estranged husband. Sheriff Wayne Davis doesn't mince words. Our investigators have worked tirelessly since Saturday, and we will not rest until Joseph Lockett is in custody. Lockett is charged with first-degree murder. He's considered armed and dangerous. A manhunt begins. The sheriff's office believes Lockett doesn't have ties to the area and may try to leave Virginia. His mugshot is released to the public. Tips start pouring in. Law enforcement across multiple jurisdictions are on alert. For 2 days, Joseph Lockett is out there somewhere. And Rhonda's family, they're left to grieve, not knowing if the man who allegedly killed their sister is still nearby, still a threat. Casey Alcorn speaks to the media during this time, and his pain is raw. His anger is justified. "She was a beautiful, beautiful person," Casey said. "She was on a mission, and her life got cut short by a miserable, soft coward." Think about that word choice, miserable. Casey believes jealousy was the motive. Rhonda had ended the relationship. She was moving on, she was happy, and some people, as Casey puts it, can't stand to see others happy. Somebody who was jealous don't want to see you happy. Misery loves company. It's just messed up in every way, shape, form, and fashion. Monday, October 20th, 2025, just after noon. Deputies from the Henry County Sheriff's Office arrive at a home on Nibble Drive. They're acting on information that Joseph Lockett is inside. The house is surrounded. Negotiations begin. And then, after 48 hours on the run, Joseph Chad Lockett surrenders. He walks out with his hands up. No shots fired, no dramatic standoff. He's taken into custody without incident and transporting to the Henry County Adult Detention Center, where he's held without bond. Sheriff Wayne Davis releases a statement. "I want to thank our investigators and all the law enforcement agencies who assisted in this case. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victim's family during this difficult time." But for Rhonda's family, this arrest doesn't bring relief. It doesn't bring closure. It certainly doesn't bring Rhonda back. Casey Alcorn stands in front of news cameras, and you can see it in his eyes. He's a man trying to hold himself together for his family. "I'm stuck right now, for real, just stuck and empty," he admits. "But I'm gonna keep going for her, my nephews, my mama, my little sister, as much as I can, man." 2 boys are now without their mother. Marty, 21, and Zay, 17. One of them had to find her body. Both of them will carry that trauma forever. Their uncle, Casey, is doing everything he can to support them. But how do you help someone heal from something like this? How do you explain to 2 young men that their mother's life was cut short because someone couldn't let her go? The family has set up a fundraiser to help cover funeral costs, because on top of everything else, the grief, the trauma, the loss, there are bills to pay, there's a funeral to plan, there's a life to celebrate and say goodbye to. Rhonda Hairston wanted to be a nurse. She wanted to help people. She was on a mission. She loved her sons more than anything in this world. And 1 week after she found the courage to leave, she was killed. The statistics are chilling. The most dangerous time for a victim of domestic violence is when they try to leave. That's not an opinion, that's a documented fact backed by decades of research. 70% of domestic violence murders happen after the victim has left the relationship. 70%. When someone decides to end an abusive or controlling relationship, the risk of violence doesn't decrease, it spikes. Because for the abuser, it's not about love, it's about control. And when they lose that control, some of them would rather see their partner dead than see them free. Rhonda Hairston is not alone. Every year, thousands of women are killed by current or former intimate partners. And the pattern is almost always the same. She tries to leave, she gets out, She starts to rebuild. She finds happiness. And then he comes back. Joseph Chad Lockett is currently being held at the Henry County Adult Detention Center without bond. He's charged with first-degree murder in the death of Rhonda Hairston. The investigation is still ongoing. Authorities have not yet released an official motive, though those close to Rhonda believe jealousy played a central role. Lockett will face trial, and if convicted of first-degree murder in Virginia, he could face life in prison without parole. But no sentence will bring Rhonda back. No verdict will erase the image burned into her son's mind. No justice will restore the future she was building, the nursing career she dreamed of, the happiness she'd finally found. Rhonda Hairston was 39 years old. She was a mother, a sister, a daughter. She was full of life. She was a go-getter. She was on a mission. And 1 week after choosing herself, 1 week after walking away from a relationship that no longer served her, she was murdered. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please reach out for help. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7 at 1-800-799-7233. You can also text START to 88788. Leaving is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. There are people who can help. There are resources. There are safe ways out. Rhonda's story didn't have to end this way, and yours doesn't either. Rest in peace, Rhonda Hairston. Your sons will remember you, your family will honor you, and your story will not be forgotten.